right, so today we are going to talk about the author gives a message in a nonfiction book. Yesterday we talked about the fiction book, the message we usually find in the way the characters interact with each other, the things that characters might learn from each other, ways we can learn from the characters. But in a nonfiction, we don't really have characters, but there is a way that the author gives us a message. And so why do you think the author wrote this book, Parrots Over Puerto Rico? I think that he wrote it because he gives us facts about things. He wanted us to learn about the birds that were endangered, learn about the history of Puerto Rico. But not only do they give us facts, but they want to communicate like an overall big idea that they want us to understand. Like sometimes the message isn't like be kind to your friends, but more of like a big idea about something. So what do you think the big idea of this book might be? And you notice here I've kind of filled a couple in, but there are more than one usually in a book, and some people have different opinions of what a message might be. So let's look here. I wrote on here, humans can work together to save endangered animals. Were there things in this story that gave me text evidence to prove that humans work together to save endangered animals? Do you think the author, that was maybe his big idea, that he wanted me to understand that we need to work together to save endangered animals? Yeah, the whole book, that was happening. And I just picked one way right here to use text evidence and said they created an aviary for the birds so that they would be protected. Another one that says in here, humans can work together to save, that's what I put. Some animals are endangered because of the actions of the humans. So that's a big idea that maybe the author wanted us to learn, is like some animals aren't living their best life or are going endangered because of the actions of humans. So the big idea that he wants me to understand. The other example that I put on here was the example one hen. Change happens one person at a time. In the book, The One Hen, think about the guy. He bought one single hen, and one person changed all of his village. And it took one person doing a little bit at a time to make that happen. What do you do? What you can to help others. And I think that was to me, that was the big message of that story. The big idea is to do what you can to help other people. And then there's some text evidence there. The guy bought one hen and it helped many others. And so that was some text evidence to prove that that was the big idea of this story. So just remember, when it's fiction, we're going to learn from the characters. When it's nonfiction, I want to think about the big idea. Like, what does the author want me to understand from all the information that he just gave me?